Hi, and welcome to another episode of More to Advertising here on Daily Ad Brief. I'm your host, Jeff Swartz. I'm excited about my next guest. Lewis McClam is the CEO of Fizzr Media, which has an interesting foothold in the podcast world and has some cool developments going on. But this is a space that I don't play in all that much. So I'm really excited to learn a little bit more about how to blend advertising and the way that brands can leverage podcasts for their benefits. Thanks for being on the show, Lewis.
Oh, thanks for having me.
So just give us a quick elevator pitch, the overview of what your company does.
It brings podcasters together on different communities across the globe on a single platform that allows brands and advertisers to be able to touch each one of the influencers that they need directly as they're actually producing the content instead of having it piecemeal and have all these different locations and places that you need to talk to find out these answers. You can go to one company, and we know everybody that we have across our platform. We have a relationship with them, and we know the best places to put you at. And we actually provide data and analytics to show those the best place to put you at. Um, I hope that sums it up.
No, it makes a lot of sense. And actually, you said that you're working towards more of a programmatic kind of experience. So it's buying it based off of the genre and what people are looking for from a category standpoint, is where you're kind of like headed in that direction. But right now, today, how would a brand leverage podcasts, do you think, in the best way? Do they create it? Do they participate and sponsor it? Like, what are some of the ways that they can get involved into that world?
Well, a lot of the podcast is based on community engagement. So when you see the influencers out there and they're developing their brand across social medias, a lot of them are segmented. That this person's on YouTube, this person's on Twitter, this person's on Instagram. So as a brand, it's very hard for you to know where do you plug into those things. Now, if you have your own podcast, it is helpful because that allows you to have a way to funnel back to a central platform that the influencers can be plugged into your sides for that whole process to work. But from our aspect, we did approach it more from a programmatic location of saying, let's get all the genres in place. Let's have a central location that they can interact with and let them pick if they want to be on the whole network, if it's just brand consumption, or if they have specific science or business or technology that they want to broadcast on one of those channels, or if it's something that's more culture related, which we get to have a lot of people that watch the culture space. They can have a brand that is attached directly to the culture space. Now, as we've seen recently with Kanye and a bunch of other things, the culture space can have its ups and downs.
Yeah, whenever you tap into somebody else, you're also tapping into their personalities and you're tapping into what they have going on, which can explode in a good way or it can implode in not a good way as well too. One of the things I think
Right.
that's is interesting that you kind of touched on is yes, you can create your own content and your own podcast and everything, but interacting with other people, you get to go into different subjects and reach into their audience as well too. So if I'm a brand, what is the best way for me to kind of like how do I bring the content so it doesn't seem like I'm just like, hey, buy our stuff, buy our stuff. It's more of having a message of, I don't know, maybe like providing value possibly. Like how should a brand kind of actually act and communicate when they do get onto those platforms?
Most of it's going to be going down the aspect of market research and realizing when you look at the clientele of who you actually plan on interacting with your brand and with your podcast, you need to see the things that are most important to them, and those are the things that you want to touch upon. And those are the influencers that you bring on. You bring in the people that, if you're touching in the gaming space, you bring in the people that play games. You bring in inside of athletes, they ingest Gatorade and other things to make sure that the body is ready to actually move on the field. You bring them in and actually talk to them because they all have an opinion. They all have a thing that they want to talk about, but you got to give them a way to do that, and you're just the safe place to do it.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. And I mean, you have a wealth of knowledge in this space, both, people that are creators and influencers, as well as on the brand side of things as well too. So I appreciate you being on the show today, Lewis.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
And thank you for watching this episode of More to Advertising here on Daily Ad Brief. We're going to have all of Lewis's information in the descriptions at dailyadbrief.com. So if you have any questions about podcasts, whether you're an influencer, a creator, or a brand, or something in between, it might be a really good contact for you to reach out to as well too. Thanks for watching the show, and until next time, I'll see you later.
Simplify presents Addressable CTV, combining the power of TV with the targeting and attribution of digital. Simplify's Addressable CTV delivers massive reach with the ability to scale without sacrificing precision. TV buyers can generate incremental reach with household-level targeting, frequency controls, reporting, and insights. To learn more about Simplify's Addressable CTV and what it can do for your clients, visit simply.fi.